In this edition, we will be focusing on move in 2024. We will be talking about 10 and more than 10 different tech talent visas that you can explore in 2024 in terms of your journey to relocation and settlement in a different jurisdiction. Thank you for joining us at this edition of eMigr8 Open Day. It promises to be informative. It promises to be insightful. We will be sharing a lot of information. I just want to confirm. Please confirm if you can hear me. You can drop that in the chat, and you can also let us know where you're joining this edition of eMigr8 Open Day. Where are you joining from? Let us know in the chat. In this edition, we will be speaking around move in 2024 as a tech talent and 10 pathways that you can explore both as a beginner and as experts in the field of technology. If you're joining eMigr8's community or eMigr8 Open Day for the first time, we would introduce ourselves. eMigr8 focuses on tech talent visas, where your tech-enabled pathway to relocation and settlement. During this edition, it's going to be 1 hour, 30 minutes packed with information. There will be time for question and answers. We won't be able to pull you onto the live platform, but you can drop your questions in the chat and we'll pick as many questions as possible. We will also pick questions from our community. We would also pick questions from people who are watching the replay videos. So if you're watching the replay video, what you simply need to do is drop a comment in the chat, and then a member of the community, one of the community managers, will be able to get the answer to your question as quickly as possible. eMigr8 focuses on tech-enabled pathway to relocation and settlement. And so we will only be talking about tech-enabled visa opportunities today. We won't be talking about any other type of visa. However, even if you're a beginner in the field of tech and you haven't even started your journey in the field of technology at all, there are opportunities available for you. And we'll share some of those during this edition of the Open Day. And so you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for those that have sent a message as well. I see you. Thank you for joining. You could also message your friends or family. You can also share this link to say, oh, this is live. This is useful information. If you need that information, you may want to share with your friends and family. All right. So please drop in the chat as well, just to confirm that you can see my screen. I'm sharing my screen now. Please let me know if you can see my screen. During this edition of eMigr8 Open Day, we'll cover a number of items during this edition of eMigr8 Open Day. We will start by introducing what we do at eMigr8. That will be our first point of call. We will, so excuse me for that. Yeah, there we go. We will start by introducing what we do at eMigr8. We will start by just sharing with you what eMigr8 is and what eMigr8 is not. That's where we'll start from. And then we'll come to the section where we will focus on multiple tech talent visas that you can explore for beginners and also for experts in the room. Some of these visa opportunities are only for experts, but a number of visa opportunities we'll talk about are also available to beginners. And at least one of them is available to an absolute beginner, meaning that you haven't even done anything in the field of technology at all as of today. There's at least one visa opportunity we will talk about that is available to you. We will then move on to talking about a package that we do have available today within the eMigr8 community, which is the Settle in the UK as a tech talent. We will speak about that a bit. If you wait till the end of this session, we do have a gift for you as well. So it's a journey, 1.5 hours or thereabout is what the journey would be. And we hope that you would participate, you would ask questions, you would drop your comments and so on. You can also message and ask questions in our community. eMigr8 is live in 6 different social media communities at the moment. If you're part of any one of those communities, you can drop messages and comments and so on in the community. You're welcome. We would also say that we have a number of replay videos available that we've done over the years of being part of this eMigr8 platform. And the replay video is also packed with information. This edition, we will not zoom in and focus on any one visa opportunity. This edition will speak generally about multiple opportunities from multiple countries at different levels and with different requirements. We've, however, done other eMigr8 Open Days where we focused on specific visa opportunities. So with the Australia Global Talent Visa, we've done an Open Day that focused on that opportunity. With the UK Global Talent Visa, we've done an Open Day that focused on that opportunity. With the UK Innovator Founder Visa, we've done an Open Day and multiple, in fact, that focus on that opportunity. With the Canada Startup Visa, we've done Open Days focused on the opportunity. With the North American routes like the O1, EB1, and so on, we've done Open Days focused on those opportunities. And many of the replay videos are available to you at no cost. It's available for you to take a look at, because during this session, we will not be able to drop all the information we drop on all of those visa opportunity during this session. Instead, what this session is designed to do is almost like a landscape, the lay of the land, help you to see these are the opportunities available. And then you can start zooming in to say, oh, maybe I should read more about this. Maybe I should learn more about this one. Maybe I should Google this keyword that they've talked about during this Open Day. And we go on like that. That is how this session for today is designed. But then there are videos available to you that you can use to take a look at the different opportunities that are available. And there are videos, usually 1 hour, 1.5 hours, packed with information. We've had coaches come on this platform to share their experience, to share what they've done, how they qualified. We've had some of our own successes come on this platform to also share testimonial and also some guidelines, because some of the people that were just members of our community have now become coaches within the eMigr8 community as well. So they were on the side of the audience as you are today, but over a period of time, they've also qualified for some tech-enabled visa opportunity, some global tech talent opportunities, and then they have relocated. And they're also contributing their time to help other people to be able to take the journeys that they have done as well. So a lot of information available. Today's session, however, would be on Move in 2024 as a tech talent. That's going to be the focus. I mentioned that we will spend some time during this edition talking about this particular package, which is one of the key packages available within the eMigr8 platform at the moment. We will spend some time towards the end of the session focusing on this package, but I will just show what the package is about at this point. It's around settling in the UK as a tech talent. We have options for beginners and experts. You can move with your spouse and dependents, and so on and so forth. But we'll come to that during this edition of eMigr8 Open Day. We would also invite you to multiple of eMigr8 Open Days that we do have planned for the next few months, around the Innovator Founder Visa, around the UK Tech Nation Visa, which is also called the UK Global Talent Visa in the field of digital technology, the move to the US as a global talent, focusing on the O1, EB1 visa, and so on. So we've got Open Days planned for many of these opportunities that you can take advantage of. Who are we? What is eMigr8? eMigr8 helps you to become globally attractive. That's what we focus on in eMigr8 community. Now, the visas that are available is a side effect of that overall objective. And this is the reason why it works. is because many countries of the world have realized that we need to make sure we have the right talent in our jurisdiction. We need to make sure that the people that can create employment, that can bring innovation, that can bring intellectual property into our jurisdiction, that they have an open gate to move to our jurisdiction, to our economy. Of course, they don't want just anybody to move to their economy. They want the best of the best, and they want the ones that can contribute and will be net positive contributor to their economy. They are not doing you a favor, and I keep saying that. The visas are available because you can add something to them. Because you as a tech talent, you as a talent in the ecosystem, you bring something to the table. And so the countries of the world are saying, yes, move with your family, move and come and live, come and work and do everything within our economy. In fact, we want you to become a citizen of our economy because you are adding value. That is why many of these visa opportunities that we talk about on the eMigr8 platform, that is why they are available. And so what eMigr8 does is to help you become globally attractive so that you would qualify for these visa opportunities. But beyond the visa opportunity, you don't forget that beyond the visa, there's also still life that will need to continue. You would still then be able to, and eMigr8 is able to support with our coaching, handholding, information, inspiration, and so on. We're able to support you even beyond landing the visa that helps you to move with your family to your dream country or to an intermediate country for a period of time. You could also decide that, oh no, all I want to do is I want to stay in my own economy, but then I want to be able to contribute globally. I want to work remotely. I want to be earning foreign currencies and all of that. eMigr8 can support that as well. You could also say, oh no, all I just want to do is I want to work in my local economy, but I want to not be a local champion. I want to be globally attractive. eMigr8 is able to help with that as well. And so that's what we do on the eMigr8 platform. We'll help you become globally attractive. Two ways. We use your profile, your tech profile, or your tech-enabled business. That's usually a startup. Now, with your tech profile is basically you being able to show that you are highly skilled, highly experienced, and highly exposed in the field of technology. Your startup, however, can also be your ticket and your visa to these jurisdictions. And that is what eMigr8 focuses on. In terms of our services, we have a number of services that covers things like inspiration, handholding, being able to help you understand what exactly you need to do. Are you qualified today? When can I become qualified for one visa opportunity or the other? eMigr8 can help with that. We could also help with a self-directed roadmap to say, oh, I don't need you to help me further than just showing me what I need to do. I will do the rest myself, which is a self-directed roadmap. eMigr8 can help with that. Or you can say, oh, in addition to that roadmap, I would like handholding. I would like help to make sure that I'm heading in the right direction, such that within the next X period of time, I will qualify for this visa opportunity. And should you already qualify and you're working on your application, your endorsement application, endorsement review, should you have been rejected in a previous application and all of that, eMigr8 is also able to help with this as well. In terms of our services, we do most of the things that we do for free. Yes, you heard that right. Many of the things that we do within the eMigr8 community, we actually do at no cost to you. That is because we operate what we call a freemium model. A freemium model is that many of the things that we do at no cost to you. But then, of course, we do have some premium offering that we do charge a premium for. On the free side of our offering, the information and inspiration sessions, such as this one that you're on today, is at no cost to you. We also have the eMigr8 community, which is available on 6 different social media platforms today Twitter, LinkedIn, Telegram, WhatsApp, and a few others as well. This is available at no cost to you. We also do regular open days, such as this one, just to make sure that we are able to engage with our community. We bring coaches on this platform that are also sacrificing their time and offering to help, answer questions, give you guidance, give you insight that you may not be able to find, even if you Googled it and you did thorough research, because there are experiences that they have had because they've taken that journey by themselves before, or they've taken the journey with the assistance of other eMigr8 coaches before. We have introductory videos for many of the visa opportunities we'll talk about today. We've got the open coaching sessions. We've got visa-specific open hours, office hours, where you can say, oh, I'm interested in a particular visa opportunity, and there's an office hour available for that specific visa opportunity. We also have, in addition, we also have one-to-one sessions that are free that you can use to speak with an eMigr8 coach. A key thing I need to mention about the one-to-one session is this, though. We only are able to afford to do one-to-one session per individual as at now. And that's because we're talking to many people. And what the coaches are doing is they are offering their time to be able to support your journey as members of our community. So what we advise is that before you book that one-to-one session, you want to have done all the research possible. Use Google, use our open day videos, use the open day sessions, ask questions that you are able to ask on a public forum, such as this one. But then you would have some questions that are unique to you. You would have some questions that may be private. Those are the kinds of questions you can now bring into the short inquiry and the short coaching session. I've seen people that make the best use of the time by having a list of questions, and they're able to walk through all those questions and get direction and answer to those questions. These are things that are available at no cost to you, free of charge. On the premium side, however, we do have a number of things that are available on the premium side. We've got the eMigr8 Circle, which is a premium community. We have more coaches in that community, and there's much more time available within that community in terms of if you are taking the journey and you just need somebody's hand-holding and all. We've got personalized coaching sessions because we are structured as a coaching platform, and we do have packages as well available. If you're interested in any of our services, the best place to start is you go to bincom.net/eMigr8. eMigr8 is spelled eMigr and number 8. And then you can fill the indication of interest form. Once you fill that form, you will get a mail from us that has a number of our resources. It's a very long mail. Some people complain that that mail is too long. But yeah, we want you to have as many resources as possible at no cost to you. That's the best place to start. Or you can go to eMigr8visa.com. eMigr8 is spelled eMigr8 visa.com, and you can start the journey from there as well. In addition, we have packages available. Now, the way the packages work is that you could say, oh, I'm interested in a particular visa opportunity. And then what we do is that with that visa opportunity, we would use the eMigr8 package focused on you landing that visa opportunity, focus on guiding you towards that particular visa opportunity. Some of the packages available today include the move to the UK as a global talent, which focuses on the UK global talent visa in the field of digital technology. You could also say move to the UK as an innovator founder, and that focuses on the UK innovator founder visa. I must mention that eMigr8 does not offer legal advice. eMigr8 does not offer immigration advice. eMigr8 is a technology platform. What we are doing, yes, we do our partnership with lawyers, we do our partnership with immigration consultants, but that is not our focus. That is not our unique selling point. Our unique selling point is the coaching, the handholding, the information, and everything that you would require as a tech talent to be able to take this journey. And that is why we're a niche platform, And we believe that we're the only one of such at the moment in the world, as far as we know. We haven't seen any other one. Move to the US as a global talent is one of the packages available. And then one package that we will spend some time talking about today is the settle in the UK as a tech talent. We will talk about it during this session. So I will just skip to that shortly. I've also mentioned that we've got the eMigr8 communities, and you will see the link to the communities in the chat. And also it's available right here. So you can use the link to the eMigr8 community. We encourage you to share, like you can drop information there as long as it's around the topic that eMigr8 focuses on, which is tech talent visas, right? You can share information, you can discuss topical issues. There are coaches there that are able to also share their perspective on many of those issues as well. You can like, you can share, you can comment, and you can invite people to the community as well. Engage with us. It doesn't cost you anything, and we're able to help in that way. eMigr8 is currently incubated by a company called Bincom Dev Center. And with Bincom Dev Center, what eMigr8 does is, with Bincom Dev Center, we've got a program called the Bincom Global Tech Program. With the Bincom Global Tech Program, what it does is that it helps you to get into the field of technology. You can learn skills, gain experience, and gain exposure in the field of technology. If you are just starting your journey in the field of tech to say, oh, I don't have any experience in the field of technology at all, this program is fantastic for you because it starts from the ground zero of the journey. You can start from the stage zero to say you're just learning the skills and all. But then if you're at the intermediate level in the field of technology as well, and you realize that I don't have the right experience and the right exposure that I need for my next level, this program is also fantastic for you because you can join the program at an intermediate level at the stage 1 or stage 2 of the program, and it helps you to get to your next level in the field of technology very quickly. And so that's the Bincom Global Tech Program. It's one of the programs available within Bincom Dev Center, Bincom Dev Center being the incubator of the eMigr8 Tech Visa platform. This is an example of a short program. The Global Tech Program, the full program is 1 to 2 years long. So you will need at least 1 year to 2 years for the full Global Tech Program. However, we do have short versions of the program that you can take to help you move from one stage to the next stage very quickly. And this is one example of such, where you get a combination of tech trainings, career coaching, apprenticeship with UK company reference, and so on. You're able to get all of that in one package. This is an example of such a package. For the expert people in the room, we've got the Bincom mentoring platform. You would know that one of the ways you can show yourself as globally attractive is by mentoring. And we've talked about this a lot of times on the eMigr8 platform, in the eMigr8 Open Day as well. We invite you as experts in the room to come mentor on the Bincom mentoring platform. It's highly competitive, right? We are not able to accept every mentor that applies, but the first step is for you to apply. First step is to say, oh, I'm interested in mentoring on this platform, and so let me apply to mentor on the platform. The next one I will talk about is Labs by Bincom. Labs by Bincom helps you to build digital products very quickly. It's a 3 to 6 months program. And what it does is that it will bring you together with 3 to 10 people who are also interested in building a tech-enabled digital product. And then you come together and build that product. But it is compulsory that Real live users will use your technology. So it's not just a case where you are building for your local host. No, you're actually starting a real company, a real startup that people can start using the technology in the startup. And you never know where that will take you to. It becomes evidence in your portfolio when you are applying for some visas that wants to see you if you have built something along those lines before, like the UK Technician visa. It becomes something you can use as reference in your CV when you are interviewing to say, have you done things like that before? If you are working in consulting, for example, and you've not had a chance to build something by yourself, you've only just come to a structure and then you just maintain that structure, there's a gap in your experience. And that gap is something you can fill by starting something that can help other people, that can solve a problem. And at the same time, it becomes a portfolio for you. It helps you to improve your career. And that's Labs by Bincom. If you're interested, what you need to do is go to the link, bincom.net/labs by bincom.net/labs is where you need to go to if you're interested in that particular one. The last product I'll talk about is the Tech Career Coaching Service. This is only available in the UK today, but we are working on expanding this to other countries, particularly the US, within the next couple of months. With the Tech Career Coaching Service, we help you land your next role faster. It's tech employment plus recruiting service for individuals. It's around introduction to technical recruiters, coaching around job, helping you to land a job that comes with work visa sponsorship, and also helping you to build the relevant experience in your target country. If you're interested in that, bincom.net/tech career coaching, that's where you want to go. That brings us to the visas. And for some people in the room, you may want to take a screenshot of this particular slide, because this slide gives you an idea of the lay of the land. In the next section of this call, we will focus on this, because this is the main topic for today's session. We will be talking about at least 10 of these visa opportunities. As I mentioned, we will talk about it at the eye level. For many of these opportunities, we have done open days focused on it, 1 hour, 30 minutes, packed with information, packed with experience, packed with successes, talking about how eMigr8 helped them to land these visa opportunities and several others like that. But take a screenshot of this, because it gives you an idea of the lay of the land. And you can Google these visa opportunities. You can do a search on them. You can get as much information as possible. eMigr8 has resources on them, and there are several other resources available. Also, take a look at the official guideline from the government and the country that is issuing this particular visa, so you understand exactly what they are looking for, right? And that is what we will focus on shortly. The key thing I'll just mention now is this: the lowest common denominator for all these visa opportunities is that be globally attractive. If you are globally attractive, you will have options. If you are globally attractive, the countries of the world will want you to move with your family. If you are globally attractive, the countries of the world will see that you are bringing value to their economy, and they would open the gates for you. The visas is like a gate in this sense, in this analogy. The truth is that if the gate was just open, everybody in the world will move to every country that is most attractive in the world. And that's why the gate is never just left open just for anybody. But you are not anybody. You are a globally attractive tech talent. Even if you're a beginner today, even if you haven't done anything at all in the field of technology, in 3 months, in 6 months, you can become at an intermediate level, lower intermediate level anyway in 6 months, and you would be able to qualify for some visa opportunities. But interestingly, there are some visa opportunities that all they need is for you to have an idea with a business plan and with the strength and support and the skill needed to be able to execute that business plan. It's beginner friendly, something like the UK Innovator Founder Visa. But you must have the knowledge of building startups. You don't have to have built one by yourself before, but you need to show that you're a genuine founder. And we'll talk about that in the next session of this call as well. The key points we're making is this. If you are globally attractive, you will have options. And that's what we focus on at eMigr8, helping you to explore the options that you have, helping you to understand what is available to you, because no two individuals are the same. Even twins, they have journeys that are different. They may have studied different things. They may have different interests and so on. That is why we have the coaching platform. We have the eMigr8 app and several other items available to support you. At the moment, eMigr8 focuses only on tech talent visas. And that's why you will see our name as eMigr8 Tech Talent Visa. That's what we focus on. Many of the visa pathway we focus on have a pathway to settlement. What that means is that when you move to your target economy, you are able to settle in that economy. You can become a citizen of that country over a period of time. You are able to move with your family. For many people interested in this, they have family members, maybe a spouse, or in some a spouse and children, or in some cases just a spouse. But yeah, even if you're single as well, the key point is that you have options in terms of what it is that you want to do. If you're a beginner, you can plan, because yes, you may say, no, I don't qualify for this particular visa opportunity now, but you could qualify in 3 months. Why don't you start that journey now so that in 3 months, or maybe in 6 months, even if you say in 1 year, even if you say in 2 years, the key point is that you have started planning your journey. The worst that could happen, and what you don't want to happen, is a situation where you get to that 2 years time and then you find out that you still don't qualify because the things you should have been doing day by day for the next 1 year, you didn't do it. We do in-depth open days on the different visa opportunities as well. We'll take a quick pause here, and there's an exercise that I would ask us to do. And there's a prize for whoever gets the most of this. We have a number of country flags here. Mention the countries who owns the flag, right? There are a number of country flags here. Whoever is able to mention the most number of countries, right, will be the winner in this session. We'll take a quick pause before we go to our next topic, which is the move in 2024. So we have a number of country flags. Mention as many of the countries that you do recognize that is their flag. All go now. We will pick the one person that mentions the most number of countries. Please make it one message with all the countries that you've identified, but we'll pick one person. I will be right back, and I hope you participate in this exercise. 2 more minutes. We will pick one person that mentions the most number of countries. And that person will win a prize. For those watching the replay video, you can also participate and drop in the comments. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Thank you for those that participated, and I will ask that a member of the eMigr8 team should please let us know who the winner is. The rule was the first person to mention the most number of countries. Please let's know who the winner is in the chat so that the person knows themselves, and I will mention what you won at the end of this session as well. Thank you for those that just joined us. You're welcome to this edition of eMigr8 Open Day. We're at the 1/3 mark at this point of this session. It's a total of 1 hour, 30 minutes scheduled for this call. We've done about 40 minutes of that so far. And today we are focused on 10 tech-enabled pathways that you can focus on for relocation and settlement for both beginners and experts. That's our focus for today's edition of eMigr8 Open Day. And we would also talk about our Settle in the UK as a tech talent package. We will spend a few time talking about that. I would ask that if you have questions, please drop them in the chat. You may not remember your questions later, so it is best for you to drop your questions in the chat when you think of your questions. We will take as many questions as possible. There would not be time for our open coaching session where we call you on stage so you can interact with the coach, myself, today. We won't have that time. So if you have questions, please drop them in the chats. We will now be going into talking around specific visa opportunities. And in this session, we will focus on a number of visa opportunities that we believe that you should explore as a tech talent. Please let me know again that you can see my screen. And as I mentioned, this would be the slide we would focus on during this part of the conversation. Because this gives an interesting lay of the land, a landscape of different tech-enabled visa opportunities that are available today. Now, please bear in mind, some of these opportunities are available today. They may not be available tomorrow. In April 2023, 2 tech-enabled visa opportunities were cancelled in the UK, the UK startup visa and the UK Innovator Visa. They were both removed, and then it was replaced by a new visa called the UK Innovator Founder Visa. So this landscape changes often. The requirement also changes. Sometimes it becomes harder. Sometimes they make it easier for you to land a particular visa opportunity, depending on what the economy is looking for at any point in time. As we said earlier during the first part of this call, they are not doing you a favor. The visa opportunities are available because they need you. You, however, need to be able to show yourself to say, I'm the person that you're looking for. And even if you don't qualify based on the criteria today, you can work towards qualifying over a short period of time. What we've done within the eMigr8 platform is that we broke down these visa opportunities into 5 key categories. And these categories are just different ways for you to understand these visa opportunities, because multiple forward-thinking countries, they have different names for the visas, but they have those visa categories available in their jurisdiction. Some of the visa opportunities are not only for tech talents, but because we focus on tech as a platform, eMigr8 Tech Talent, we focus on tech as a platform, we are biased towards talking about the tech part of the visas opportunity for some of them. And of course, when you talk about innovation, 90% of the time when you are talking about innovation in this time, you are probably talking about technology innovation. That's not the only innovation that exists, but that's likely going to be what you're talking about. 5 categories. We've got startups. Visas opportunities available for startups. Visa opportunities available for you as a talent, that they recognize you as an individual as a talent, so they want you to come. Visa opportunities available because you've gotten a work that is able to sponsor your visa. So skilled worker visa, work sponsorship, and all of that. So you've got visa opportunities like that. Then we've got visa opportunities available as temporary work, or what we call digital nomad. That's a phrase in the field of technology, digital nomads, right? And then we have some other categories like investment-based visa opportunities as well. This is by no means an exhaustive list of visa opportunities. This is just for you to get an idea of what it is that you may be looking out for. With the startup-based visa opportunities, it could be at the very early stage, idea stage of your startup. It could be at seed stage, or in some cases, it will be the growth phase of your startup. So with the UK Innovator Founder Visa, it's available to you at the idea stage of your startup. Idea stage means that what you really need to do is to be able to submit a business plan that is adjudged by an endorsing body as innovative, viable, and scalable. There's a new requirement now to say you need to also prove you're a genuine founder with the UK Innovator Founder Visa, right? You need to also show that you are actually a founder. But with that visa, you can apply even if you have 0 years of experience, right? The key thing is that you need to be able to prove to the endorser, to the assessor, to the endorsing body, to say this idea will change the world, right? It needs to be innovative, viable, and scalable. Now, with the Canada Startup Visa, it's still in the same category. And what I'm doing is I'm just walking us through these charts. As I said earlier, take a screenshot. You can Google these visa opportunities so that you can go and read more about these visa opportunities as well. These are some of the 10 different opportunities that we believe that you should be thinking about, depending on where you are, depending on your passion, and so on. With the Canada Startup Visa, is not available to you at the early stage of the startup. It is only available at the growth stage of the startup, meaning that you already have traction in your own economy. So you're a startup founder, you already have traction in your own economy, you are paying customers, you are generating revenue, not necessarily profit, but you are generating revenue, and your startup is at a point now where it is ready to scale to the next level. Your startup is now ready to go to other countries like Canada. Canada is then saying, bring your startup to our economy. Use our economy and jurisdiction to scale your startup globally. You can move with up to 5 co-founders. So you could be the technical co-founder, you could be the CEO of the startup, of course, the co-founder. Co-founder by definition means you need to have at least 10% of the shares of the company, right? Or 10% equity in the company, not shares, equity in the company. You need to have 10% equity in the company, right? And you can move with up to 5 co-founders. You will get a temporary work permit initially, but then over a period of time, 1 to 2 years or so, you are able to get permanent residency in Canada. And there are other options as well. In Germany, there are in almost every forward-thinking country in Europe has a startup visa. So any country in Europe that you are thinking about, just put the name of the country in Google and put startup visa beside it. You will see their startup visa program. Many forward-thinking countries of the world know that they want you to bring your startup to their jurisdiction. France has the French tech visa for founders. So if you're a founder in the room or you're an aspiring founder in the room, understand that there are visa opportunities available to you because you are a founder. In some cases, your startup can be not just your visa, but also your tickets. And the reason why that is so is because the countries of the world want you to come to their economy. The next category I'll talk about is the one that is talent-based, separate from the one that is work-based. Now, with the talent-based visa opportunities, what happens is that the world would say, oh, we recognize that you're a leading talent in your field. We recognize that you are an individual with extraordinary ability. That's what the US calls the visa. We recognize that you are a global talent. That's what the UK, Australia calls their visa of this nature. So you don't need to have work. You don't need to have anything. Just come. Come with your family because we know that you will do great things based on the type of things you have done in the past. And there are visa opportunities available to you based on that. And this is just a lay of the land as well of different opportunities in different countries, based on that category. It could be that you are promising to say you are not yet there or you are not yet the leading talent we want, but because we see your track record, over a period of time, you will get there. We believe you will. And so with the UK, there's the exceptional promise category of the UK Global Talent Visa. You would only qualify, excuse me, please. Sorry about that. You will only qualify if you have less than 5 years of experience in the field of technology. And so if you are targeting the exceptional promise category of this visa opportunity, you will need to have less than 5 years of experience in the field. But you have to then show track record. You have to show track record to say, see the things I've done in my career so far, in my 1-year career in tech, in my 2 years career, in my 4 to 5 years career in tech. See how impressive my career has been. If you line up 10 digital marketers, I'll come up as top 2 based on the things I've done. With the UK, you need to be working in startups, tech-enabled digital products. If you're working in consulting, to say our company consults for many other companies and we do digital marketing for many companies, you would likely not qualify for that visa, because the UK is trying to bring startups, specifically people that have worked in startup, into that visa category. But then with the Australia Global Talent, if you are doing consulting, right, even better for you, as long as you're able to show that you are earning very high salary, you're earning higher salary than the general band, the general limit of your industry, you would likely qualify. So you would see different nuances in terms of the criteria, right? With the Australia Global Talent, if you have a PhD, even better, you get more points. Different degrees in terms of what they are looking for, but they're all similar. With the UK, I was talking about the exceptional promise category. There's also the exceptional talent category, where you show that, oh, I'm already a leading talent in my field. And so based on that, the UK is saying you can move to their economy. These are different visa opportunities. Many of them are available to you. Many of them are available, and some of them are things that you can plan for. So with the exceptional promise visa, if you're an absolute beginner in the field of technology, we believe that within a 2-year period, you can learn that visa. It could be shorter depending on what you have done in your past, right? And that's part of why we coach people and we're able to work with people to show them what is possible, the art of the possible, right? But if you've already been in tech for a while, you're already a leader, you've done a lot of things in the field of technology, it's more than likely that you are qualified today for a talent visa, particularly if you've done impressive things in your career. Because what you would then need to do is put together all of those impressive things you've done, stages where you have spoken at, the big things that you have done, open source projects you've contributed to, awards that you've won, things like that. And you're able to combine that together for you to present to an endorsing body to say, look at my work, look at my track record. I qualify based on the opportunity that you have put in front of us. And you could qualify for a talent-based visa across this jurisdiction. And that's another category to then think about, right? So we've spoken about the startup-based one, where as a beginner, absolute beginner, there are some visas available for you. We've spoken about the talent-based ones to say, as a beginner, there are some that you can plan for. You won't be able to achieve it as a beginner today, but you can plan for it over a period of time, right? And for experts in the room, we've talked about startups to say you can start building a startup today, right? Or you could say, oh, I'm already a talent, and so I can apply for that, a talent-based visa in one jurisdiction or the other. Every visa opportunity has their requirements. So you need to study the requirement for the specific visa opportunity that you're applying for. But as we've said earlier, many of these opportunities, they have a common denominator. If you are globally attractive, you have options. And hopefully, if you don't remember anything we said today, that is something to take away. Let's move on. And I can see my time is fast spent. So I'm going to go very quickly for the next 3 categories. The next 3 categories, and if you're counting, you will see that we've talked about quite a number of visa opportunities already, right? Next category would be the work-based ones. This one is easy. Find a job that would offer you visa sponsorship. Once you get that job, you will be offered a visa. In some cases, some of those companies will also pay for your relocation and give you an allowance for relocation and all. There are almost no jobs available for beginners. But if you're at intermediate level, there are opportunities available for you. If you're at advanced level, several opportunities are available for you. In the UK alone, they have 100,000 jobs that they are unable to fill as at now. With the European Union, they've opened up the talent pool where you can apply. Well, not yet. You can't, depending on what country you are in, and we are from anyway. The talent pool is there and all of that. The German blue card visa is there, for example, and the German employment visa. So there's the EU blue card visa that is more like a talent-based visa, really, right? Because it gives you all those flexibility. But then there's the German employment visa as well available, German worker visa available as well. There's the H1 visa, there's the UK skilled worker route, and several visa opportunities along that line. There's a French tech visa for employees. Many visa opportunities there that you can take a look at. Then we've got the temporary work visas, digital nomad visa. This is another one where put any country in Europe and put digital nomad. You will see the visa opportunities that show up. Some of them, they restrict the countries that can apply. Some of them, no restriction at all. You can apply as at now, right? There are opportunities available as well to say, come to our jurisdiction. There's one in Germany to say, go to our jurisdiction because you want to go and look for work. So they will give you 6 months visa to say within 6 months, you can go, and then because you are physically in the country, you can then be searching for work in the country. Those visa opportunities are available as well. You can do a search using some of the keywords on the screen. And then there are investment-based visa opportunities to say, because you have money and you're able to invest in a startup, invest in the jurisdiction, because you're able to invest in technology, you can get a visa that allows you to move to that economy as well. And so those are different visas. And I'll just spend a few moments to just talk about the UK Global Talent Visa. I mentioned it already. It's available to you if you are able to show a track record of delivery in technology, expert level. O1 visa available to you if you are an individual with extraordinary ability and you're able to show, based on the criteria, about 10 of them, to say, these are things I've done that I'm extraordinary in that nature. With the Canada startup visa, I would say this is expert level as well. You would need to have a startup that is already generating traction, already has paying customers, is doing well in your local economy. Whatever well means to you, you would know your KPIs in your company. And because it's doing well in that economy and is ready to scale to the next level, you can apply based on that, and then you can use that to move with your family, and then even your co-founders, your senior executive within the company can move with you as well to expand globally. Well, the German work visa as well will be available based on that. And so that then brings us to an eMigr8 package that I was going to talk about, which is available for beginners and intermediate people. But before we talk about that, I will pause now just to take some questions. If you have questions based on what we've talked about so far, now is a good time to drop it. We are now at the 2/3 mark or thereabouts of this session. We will be taking as many questions as possible. You would need to drop your questions in the chat. There will not be time to bring you on stage. And so drop your question. You can also drop your questions in the community, and we've got community managers in our different communities who will bring the question live into this session, or we can continue the conversation in the community as well, should we not be able to get to your question. And so thank you once again for those joining us for the first time or joining us just now within the eMigr8 Open Day. We focus on tech-enabled pathway to relocation and settlement. What we've just been doing was talking about some tech pathways that you can consider both as a beginner and also as an expert person in the room. As you see, many more opportunities are available at the intermediate and expert level, but we talked about 2 to 3 different opportunities available to beginners, where because you have 0 years of experience, you can actually work with this visa pathway. At least one of them is available to you within 3 months immediately, but then there are some that you may need at least 6 months for you to plan for as a beginner. And we talked about that just now in the last session. We will take questions now. So if you have questions, please drop them in the chat. We will take as many questions as we can. And then we would move on to the final segment of today's call, which is just talking about one of the packages that eMigr8 has, which is the Settle in the UK as a tech talent. And we would explain that for a few moments before we end the session. As we said as well, if you wait till the end, we do have a gift for you, right? So if you wait till the end or you watch this replay video till the end, we have a gift for you. Thank you for joining us in this edition of eMigr8 Open Day. We'll pause now for you to drop your questions in the chat. You won't be able to unmute yourself. You will need to type the questions in the chat or drop it on the comment on this video or drop it in our community, and we'll take as many questions as possible. So we'll be right back to take as many questions as possible, and then we'll get into the third and final segment of today's edition of eMigr8 Open Day. Has this been informative so far? Has this been useful so far? Give us feedback as well. Drop it in the chat. Just let us know to say, is this going well? You can give us thumbs up or whatever. Just give us feedback to say, are you getting the information you were hoping for? And in case there are key things that you still haven't gotten that you're hoping to get, drop it in the comments, drop it in the chat. That way we will be able to focus on it. There's a lot of information. We have years of information, years of experience, and lots of successes within the eMigr8 platforms. And we are here to help. Most of what we do for free. And we do charge a premium for some services, but most of what we actually do for free. And so we are available to help. Let us know. Let's know what you need, and we're able to help. If you don't let us know, if you don't ask questions, if you don't make a comment, give us feedback, we wouldn't know. So let us know. We'll be right back. Drop your questions in the chat, and we'll be right back shortly. Thank you for joining us. For those that just joined, this is the eMigr8 Open Day. We're in the final segment now, the final leg of today's edition. We'll be taking questions now. And for those that are still writing their questions, we'll get to as many questions as possible. So somebody says, I am trying to get into tech, but I don't know which part of tech skill to acquire. Can you please help suggest for me the right tech path with more opportunities? The truth is, it would depend on your interests. It would depend on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, what have you done in the past? Are you just graduating, or you've done some things in the past? Are you interested in the technical side of technology, or are you interested in the business side of technology? That would determine which part of technology you want to go into. I talked about the Bincom Global Tech program a few moments ago, and that is something for you to take a look at, because it's a program that is designed to help you get into tech. You are able to learn the skills needed, but the truth is, you don't just need skills in the field of technology. You need to have the right experience and the right exposure as well. And that's what that program combines for you. In terms of knowledge track, there are several knowledge tracks that you could use, right, depending on your interest. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to use the Tech Nation Visa Guide for an example, right? Since we're talking about visa opportunities tied to your skill in technology, if you just do a Google search for Tech Nation Visa Guide, you will be able to find this page. And on this page, you will see examples of skills that the UK have said they are looking for right now to say, if you have this skill and you're able to show a track record based on these skills, that, oh, I have a track record in DevOps and SysOps, they want you. If you have a track record in artificial intelligence and NLP, natural language processing, they want you. Cybersecurity. But notice that this is on the technical side of tech. Not everybody is technical in nature, but you can still be in technology because there's the business side of tech as well. So there are different ways, business lead, sales expert, product manager, project manager, performance marketing. What that means is digital marketing, and several options like that as well. So it would depend on many things in terms of what area you want to get into. The key thing we would say is start now. Don't say I'm still figuring out and then 1 year later you haven't done anything, because no knowledge is lost. A lot of skills in technology is transferable. In fact, with the Global Tech Program, what we preach and what we push our trainees and techies to do is that they need to know everything about something, but then know something about everything, such that if they're in the room talking as a project manager and they're talking about programming, they know something about that programming as a project manager. But if you are a software developer, you won't say, oh, I don't know what Scrum is. I don't know what Agile is. And so we make sure that you learn everything like that. And so hopefully I answered your question. And hopefully if other people had a similar question, I hope that was useful. Tech Nation Visa Guide, a list of skills that are listed there that would be helpful to you. Thank you. I'm just scrolling down to see questions, and then we'll answer as many questions as possible. Somebody says, can someone with no degree have opportunity to participate and qualify for those visa opportunity? The answer is yes. The field of technology is one of those fields where we no longer care if you went to a university or polytechnic and so on, if you have a degree or not. They don't care anymore. Many leading companies in the field of technology would never even ask you for your certificate anymore. Google, for example, I believe it's Google or Facebook, or maybe both of them. They've even removed it from the list of things they will ask you to say, what university did you go to and all of that. They don't bother anymore. What they are interested in is your experience. Are you experienced in the field? Have you done the things that you said you know how to do? Have you done it before? And have you done it at the level where it will be useful for them in terms of the role that they need you to fill? And the same thing then adds to the visa opportunities. Not all of them do. With the UK Global Talent Visa, they don't care. You don't have to have a degree. With the Australia Global Talent Visa, the fact that you have a degree is part of the criteria because it gives you additional points because you have a degree. So it depends on the visa opportunity, but generally speaking, in the field of technology, we are moving away from degrees and we are more focused on exposure and experience and skills. And that's what you should focus on. If you have the opportunity to get a degree, please do. There are many ways now. There are open universities. There are ways to do degrees remotely and all of those kind of things. Please do. I'm not saying don't get a degree. What I'm saying is the industry doesn't really care about your degree. They care more about your skill, experience, and exposure. I'm moving on to the next question. Looking at the UK Innovator Founder Visa, do you offer service where people can develop a robust idea for the UK? Yes, we do. And that's part of what the eMigr8 coaching service will work with you on. We will work with you to ideate ideas, pull them from problems that you've seen within your ecosystem, within your environment, that will be adjudged as innovative, viable, and scalable. And sometimes when we say innovative, viable, scalable, innovative particularly, don't think too far, right? Because it could be doing something that already exists in a different way. I would use the example of Uber as an example to say, what did Uber do? Or let's use Facebook. Facebook was not the first social media, right? There was i5, there was MySpace, and so on. At least I used many of those platforms before Facebook came, right? But Facebook did something differently, the news feed. And many people migrated away from that social media to Facebook at that point. And then Instagram came. And Facebook, realizing that many younger people are going to Instagram, they quickly bought Instagram. What was Instagram doing? Photo sharing. Were you not able to share photos on Facebook? You could. What I'm pointing out is that innovation itself is subjective, but we are able to show innovation in many ways. Intellectual property is one of them. I'm applying for patents and all of that, but there are other ways to show innovation too. And these are the things that we coach on for that visa route within the eMigr8 platform. So hopefully I answered your question. Next question says, kindly emphasize on the beginner part. So the next session of the next segment of this call, I will be talking about a package focused on beginners. So I will be talking about that. But I mentioned a number of visa opportunities, like the Innovator Founder visa that I just answered the question on. That is beginner friendly. You don't have to have done a lot in tech for you to use that route. Now, I'm not saying that you have zero knowledge in tech. You will still need to start learning. But the truth is that within 3 months, you can become a strong beginner, maybe even a strong beginner in the field of technology, right? And we have trainings that can help you do that so that you can then achieve the pathway that we're talking about in terms of the visa pathways and all of that. Also, you may have transferable skills because you may have done things before. You may have done business analysis before, but maybe not IT business analysis. And so you can transfer that into IT business analysis. You could have done project management before, but you may not know that it was called project management. If you have run a company before, regardless of what type of company it is, you've done project management. You just may not know it was called project management. You may not have known the indices, the theory of it, or in terms of the keywords and all of those kind of things. And those are the kind of things we help with within the eMigr8 platform to pull out those things that you already have, the skills you already have, the experience you already have, those that are transferable, those that are usable. And then where there are skill gaps, where there are knowledge gaps, we are able to train using the Bincom Academy, the Global Tech Program, and so on. We are able to train you as well, such that you will become globally attractive within the shortest possible time. eMigr8 focuses on the coaching aspect of things, but then we have the training aspect and the talent development aspect as well, available as an holistic package for you as a beginner. And I will show you a couple of slides on that. I'm running out of time as well. Oh, interesting. Next question says, I did a course in business analysis sometime last year. How can I leverage with this? The industry doesn't care about the course you did. The industry cares about the experience you have running IT projects in business analysis. Business analysis is one of the items written as a shortage occupation. It's going to be removed anyway shortly, but as at this moment, is one of the skills that is on the shortage occupation list in the UK. So if you search online, just Google it, shortage occupation list UK, right? You will see business analysis there. So what that means is that the UK currently has recognized that in our country, we don't have enough business analysts. We need more. So if any company anywhere in the UK finds somebody anywhere in the world that is a business analyst that can come fill a gap in our country, employ that person from their home economy, and then they can get what we call the certificate of sponsorship, fast-tracked, right? So it's not just a skilled worker list. It's not just on the UK skilled worker list. It's also on the UK shortage occupation list. But they don't care about you if you don't have the experience. And you have to have the right reference to back it up. You have to be able to talk about that experience in interviews. You need to be able to show that, oh, I will fill into this gap that this company needs and the role that this company needs. You need to show that the job description that they published, and every Western country, there must be a job description to any role they are recruiting for. This job description that they published, I'm the right fit for this job description. And those are the kinds of things that they would be looking for. So yes, it's good that you did the course, but then please ensure that you add experience and exposure to it as well within the shortest possible time. Hopefully I answered your question. Is Beacom a talent sourcing entity for some companies abroad? Yes, the answer is yes. So Beacom is a group and we have a number of companies. One of the companies is actually around outsourcing. And so what we do is that we outsource tech talent to other companies all over the world. So this is one of the services that Beacom, the mother company of this platform, eMigr8, this is one of the services that we do offer. So we help companies recruit globally, particularly in the UK for now, but we're expanding globally. And we're also working globally as well in terms of outsourcing software developers, outsourcing project managers, outsourcing business analysts, and outsourcing tech skills generally. We do that as well. Somebody says, can I take a screenshot? There's the replay video that will be available. And so you can go to the replay video and take the screenshot as well. You would find that in the community. And that brings me to the question of the community. One of the things we ask you to do is join one of the eMigr8 communities. We can continue this conversation there. You can ask questions there. And you can also invite friends. And if you think of something else in the future that you need as well, you can ask there as well within the community. A number of the communities are open. We do have a premium community, which is a paid community, but then a number of the communities are open communities that you can join if you want to, as long as you're able to also add value to that community. Please don't go to the community and bring topics that are not our areas of focus. And our area of focus is tech-enabled visa opportunities. So do join the eMigr8 community. I'll show the slide once more, and hopefully a member of the eMigr8 team would drop the links in the chat of some of the items that we've spoken about at this point. If you haven't already, one of the things that you want to do is that you want to fill the form that is at beacom.net/eMigr8. Fill that form, you will get a mail from us with a number of resources. One of the resources there would be the links to the communities. If you've gotten that mail before, just go check that same mail. You will see the links to the community there. You'll see the links to some of the videos and resources that I've mentioned. You will see that there as well. So just go to beacom.net/eMigr8 and you would be able to get the information. If you're already in one of our communities, you can also ask for any information that you need, like the link to the replay video and so on. You can ask for it. This particular replay video is available for free, which means that you don't have to pay for it or anything. And so you can ask for the link in the community as well. Next question is, Innovator Founder Visa. Can you use funds you have in a Nigerian account if you're already in the UK? You don't need funds, right? You don't need funds for the Innovator Founder Visa. There was a former visa called the Innovator Visa. That was the one where you needed to show £50,000 of investment, or you've invested in the company £50,000 for you to qualify for that visa. With the Innovator Founder Visa, you don't need that anymore in terms of that requirement. So I would say, please go check the requirements of the visa again. And we do have a resource within eMigr8 community where we spend 1 hour, 30 minutes giving you a lot of information about things that you can do, how you can actually get the visa in terms of endorsement, how you can best package yourself and all of those kind of things. That's available at no cost to you. You can go take a look at that to get more information, but you don't need the proof of funds. I'm not sure which one you were thinking about, but you don't need that investment amount in the Innovator Founder Visa. Yeah. So those are the questions I've seen so far. If there are questions in the community, hopefully a member of the team will bring them to my attention. I'm going back to the slide, and I did mention that if you stay till the end, we do have a gift for you. And so I will talk about settle in the UK as a tech talent, and then I will talk about the gift that you would get as a member of the community. So I'm sharing my screen again, and this is one of the packages available in eMigr8's platform. This is not the only package available. And so if I would say again, if you take a look at this screen, a number of packages that we do have available targeting specific countries and specific visa opportunities are on this screen. The one I will talk about for a moment is the last package on this screen, which is the Settle in the UK as a tech talent. We're pushing that with advertising and all of that at the moment because there are opportunities there for a number of people. And so we have, it's almost closing anyway, but there are some opportunities there for a number of people. And that's why we're talking about it at this point. Now, with the Settle in the UK as a tech talent, you have option as an absolute beginner right in the field because the visa opportunity focuses on 3 visas simultaneously. It's available for beginners and also for experts. If you're an absolute beginner in the field of technology, which means that you haven't done anything in technology at all before, right? You can use this visa pathway. In fact, this visa pathway was designed to be able to replace the UK student visa, which is no longer viable if you're trying to move to the UK on that visa pathway with your family, right? And this visa pathway is no longer viable. And so with this visa pathway, you could actually move to the UK as a tech talent using this particular pathway. Next one is that you are able to move with your spouse and dependent with this visa opportunity and then you would also be able to use this for a visa switch or a pathway to settlement. So if you're on the startup visa or the UK student visa already in the UK and you're looking to a pathway to settlement, you may want to discuss this pathway with us as well. You need to have time and equity available. It's required for you to have both of them for you to be able to use this pathway. You need a budget. You need an investment budget of between £10,000 to £75,000. It would depend on many things, what part of the budget will be needed because no 2 people are the same, but it would depend on many things. And then you need at least 3 to 6 months in terms of a timeline estimates. You would need that as well if you're interested in this visa pathway. We have a number of successes in the eMigr8 community. We've said that a few times. For this one, you don't need any previous tech background of any sort. We will work with you to become a globally attractive tech talent. What the pathway is that we are going to enroll you for everything you need to get to a point where you would qualify for the visa opportunity. And because we are offering the eMigr8 triple guarantee, it means that most of our fee will only come at the point when you land the visa opportunity. We are not offering visa advice. We are not offering immigration advice, or we are not offering legal advice. What we are offering is hand-holding and coaching on a tech platform. That's what we are offering. And it's important to mention that if you do have some tech background, it will help make your journey shorter. And if you have startup background, it will even make your journey shorter as well. It will make your journey easier. I didn't say easy. It will make the journey easier, but it's important to mention that you don't need any previous tech background if you're interested in this package. You can move to the UK with this route, and as I mentioned already, you can also use this to switch visa in case you're interested in that. We are not immigration consultants, I mentioned that, or lawyers. We are also not visa endorsing bodies. What we are is a tech platform offering this unique opportunity to you to be able to become a globally attractive tech talent. And based on that, you are able to land one of the visa opportunities. It could be the UK Global Talent Visa, or the UK Skilled Worker Visa, or the UK Innovator Founder Visa. We are not sure which one it will be for you specifically because it will depend on you. But by the time we do the road mapping session, usually the first session we will do with you, we would be able to know based on your background, because we will start with the background that you have, the things that you have done before, where you are currently, and then the future that you have envisioned for yourself, because we are coaching you to become a globally attractive tech talent. That's what the focus of these opportunity is about. We are coaching you to become a globally attractive tech talent. That's what it's about. Multiple visa opportunities are available, and we'll be targeting each one of them at the same time, depending on where you are right now. Specific circumstance will determine which one of the visa opportunity you will land at the end of the day. But the key function and the key thing that we're doing with this opportunity is that we will help you become globally attractive. Everything that you need to make that happen. If you need training to make that happen, we would work with you with those trainings. If you need labs to have startup experience to make that happen, we will work with you to get that experience. If you need referencing and experience to make that happen, we will work with you to get that. And we're handholding you through the entire journey with the eMigr8 triple guarantee, is what we will be doing in this particular pathway. If you're interested in that, the next step would usually be a road mapping session. Now, with the road mapping session, what we will do is that we can drill down into your own unique experience, and then we're able to draw out a roadmap for you for this particular package. And so that's what the package is about. There's a lot of questions you will likely have, but we've done a session where we drill down more into this package, answered a lot of questions, and so on. We would, with the settle in the UK as a tech talent, we'll assume you're an absolute beginner with no startup background. So that's where we start from. But if you have some of those things, it will help you, it will help shorten the journey, and it will help along the way. But absolute beginner, welcome to this particular package. If you have any of this, added advantage. And so that's what that package is about. And we're happy to have conversations along those lines with you as well, if you're interested in that particular package. So we're on the home stretch now. We're more or less done. If there are last minute questions, do drop them in the chat, and then we'll be able to take as many questions as possible before we close. We've run out of time already. But I will just do a quick recap. I'll do a quick recap, and then we will take any last minute questions that are in the chat. And so what we've said today is that eMigr8 focuses on helping you become globally attractive. We have multiple services available to you as a member of our community. And one of those services available to you is our one-to-one coaching session, the short inquiry session, the 10-minute session. As I mentioned before, we are only able to offer one session per individual for this coaching session. However, this is the gift. Because you have waited till the end of this session, we will be able to offer you a second short coaching session at no cost to you. What that means is that you are able to do the first session. If you have specific questions, you do the first session, the code gives you guidance and so on. And then what would happen is that when you go back and you do more research and you need more questions answered or more direction, or if you're working on a particular visa application and you have specific questions on that particular packaging of your application and so on, we're able to answer more questions on a second short inquiry session that is at no cost to you. And so that is the bonus that you get because you've been part of this session till the end of almost the end of the session anyway. The eMigr8 community is available. The links are on the screen at the moment. You can take a screenshot, join the community, like, share, engage with us. We also talked about some of the additional services. So if you're trying to build your tech experience or you're already in tech and you need additional experience, Global Tech Program, beacon.net/global tech is what you want to look at. If you are looking to quickly move from one stage to the other within 3 months, and that's what this program is also designed to do. The full program is 1 to 2 years, but within 3 months, you're able to move from one stage, beginner stage to intermediate, for example, within 3 months. And that's what this is available. This is also available to you. You can mentor on the platform. And then we spoke about multiple visa opportunities that you can target in 2024. And that is what this is about, to say there are several of them. The specific ones that you should be working on would depend on your own area of expertise. It would depend on your background. It would depend on many things as well. But these opportunities are available today. Some of these opportunities will not be available tomorrow, but they are available today. And what that means is that you want to start doing whatever it is that you need to do to attract the opportunity now rather than later. And if you're already qualified, now is a good time for you to apply for the visa opportunity. I'll take last minute questions, and then I will speak to five groups of people in our community, and then we'll end the session. Last minute question one says, does it come at a cost for the coaching? If any, what are the terms and conditions? So I've answered that question already. You get one coaching session free for anybody in, what's the name, one-to-one coaching session. The first one is available at no cost, short inquiry session. Second one, you get free because you've waited till this time of the call. So that means you get 2 coaching sessions available. You just need to mention to the managers of the eMigr8 community to say you are part of this session till the end, and you get a second one available to you as well at no cost. The link to book session is part of what was sent to you in the email. So if you go to beamcom.net/emigrate, you will see the links to book session. There are links to book the free sessions, and there are links to book the paid session. So we do our paid sessions as well, but you can start with the free session, and then if you need a paid one, that's fine as well. Those are available to you. But because you've been on this call till this time, you get 2 of the free sessions instead of 1 that we offer to everybody else. Second last minute question is, can eMigr8 assist with the necessary things needed for me to be globally attractive as a business analyst? Is there any age restriction? There is no age restriction. There's something called ageism in the world. Ageism means that they cannot discriminate against you because you are old, right? So there's no age restriction, generally speaking. However, of course, if you're already retired or anything like that, we would have to start looking at some key things and so on. But even retirement ages now are being increased and all. So generally speaking, no age restriction. Can eMigr8 assist me for everything to become globally attractive? That's what we've been talking about. eMigr8 has coaching services that can help you. eMigr8 has the Beacon Global Tech Program that can help you. We have the Tech Career Coaching Program that can help you. And there are several things available within our ecosystem that can help you. That's why we are here. We would like to help. And so business analysis, so I think I spoke about the fact that you need experience. Within the UK, for example, one of the services we mentioned was our Tech Career Coaching service, which will help you gain UK experience. It would help you with technical recruiters. It will help you with relationships to get the jobs that will come with certificate or sponsorship. This is available to you in the eMigr8 platform. And this is part of what we mentioned at the beginning of the call. And those are services available at this point in time. Thank you so much. I will speak to 5 categories of our audience at this point, and then we'll bring this particular call to an end. The 5 categories are beginners in the field of technology, intermediate people in the field of technology, advanced people in the field of technology, and then people who are already in a target country, but they are not on a pathway to settlement. So like UK student, UK startup founder, and so on. And then we would also speak with people who are ready to apply for a specific visa opportunity. So those are the 5 categories of people we see in the eMigr8 community today. For beginners in the field, start your journey now. Quickly move from the beginner stage to the intermediate stage of technology. You can do that in 3 months, some people longer, depending on where you are and all of that. But what you want to do quickly is that within the shortest possible time, you want to move from one stage to the next, because multiple opportunities are available, some at the beginner level, as I shared during this call today, but there are many more opportunities available at the intermediate and advanced level. They've already told you, however, what your profile should look like. Don't focus on just learning the skills. Focus also on gaining experience and exposure at the same time. Look at the requirements, and this moves on to the intermediate level people as well. Look at the requirements of some of these visa opportunities. Do an audit of yourself based on the requirements, and you would see that, oh, I have some gaps here. And intentionally, and the key word is intentionally fill those gaps. Don't wait till, oh, it would happen anyway, right? It could. But if you are intentional about the way you are building your career, because nobody can build your career but you, nobody is responsible for your career except you. You are the main person that's responsible for your career. Be intentional as an intermediate level person in the way you are building your career. The visa opportunities are there, but then the visas themselves are not the end of the world. What you want to do is make sure that you are globally attractive, so you have options. 2 options if you want to work in your local ecosystem, 2 options if you want to work outside your own local ecosystem and relocate and settle in a different ecosystem in the world. For advanced level people, you possibly and probably already qualify for many of these visa opportunities. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait till when, I will do it some other day. And then what happens is that the things that you wanted to do is no longer available. It happens. And I mentioned examples of visa opportunity that we've talked about on this platform 1 year ago, but now no longer available today. And some visa opportunity that were easier to get some time back are no longer as easy to get as at this point in time, because they've tightened some of the requirements and regulations. And over time, as more people find out, as more people are applying, they'll continue tightening the belt. What you want to do is that because this is available now, you want to start putting together what you want to do now rather than later. Don't put it to when it's too late. For people in their target country, but not on a pathway to settlement, what I would say is that the same things I've said to the other 3 categories would apply to you one way or the other. The only thing I'll add is that please don't wait till when you have 1 month left on your visa before you start doing the things that you should have done 1 year ago. Don't say because I'm so busy focusing on other things, focusing on settlement, moving, relocation costs, paying back, and all of those kind of things, I won't do the things I need to do now. Some of these things take time. You won't become a globally attractive tech talent overnight. You need time. You need at least 3 months. Don't wait till when you have 2 weeks left on your visa and then you're having a coaching session to say, what can I do overnight kind of thing. Plan it now. You may not be intentional as well. Finally, for those that are ready to apply for one of these opportunities or the other, eMigr8 is able to help. There are a number of things available for free. We do charge a premium for some things as well. You can start with those available for free because a number of coaches on the eMigr8 platform, they want to help. That's why they are coaching on the eMigr8 platform. We actually don't have any coach that their first intention is not, oh, I want to help. It's our opportunity to give back. I'm a coach on the platform. I'm also a partner of the eMigr8 platform, but I'm also a coach. The first reason why we're doing this is because we want to help. And so take advantage of it. Take advantage of the opportunity. The first thing you want to do is that take a look at all the resources already available for you for free. That may be all you need. But then, if you need more than that, that's fine as well. You can also let us know, and then we can work it out. For everybody on the call, let's continue this conversation in the community. Let's continue the conversation. Ask questions. In many of our communities, we've got coaches available in all of our communities, willing to speak with you, engage with you, chat with you. Of course, it has to be structured because ultimately we don't have unlimited time. We are limited by time, right? But we're available to help. That's why the eMigr8 platform is here. We'll be launching our app next year. We'll be launching our app next year. We'll be launching a number of services and platforms next year as well as part of eMigr8. Thank you so much for joining us in this edition of eMigr8 Open Day. We hope that this was insightful for you. If this was insightful for you, please let us know in the chat. Share this with other people as well. We've seen many members of our community saying, oh, they said, I didn't know about this before. But we've also seen people that we've been able to work with to land visa opportunities, and they did not even know the visa opportunity existed 6 months before they were talking to us or they were applying for the visa opportunity. And so let other people know as well. Even if you say, oh, I don't want to advertise eMigr8 platform, let the people in your local ecosystem know to say this opportunity is there. Have you heard about the UK Global Talent Visa? Have you heard about the Canada Startup Visa? Have you heard about the US O1 Visa? Let them know. Don't keep this information to yourself. Also, you yourself take action now. Don't say, oh, I will do it eventually. On the back of this call, there's at least something that you should possibly do, even for some of our coaches on the call who are working on landing roles and all of that and so on, because we help with that as well. There's something that you should do on the back of this call. Take that action now. Don't wait till later. Don't waste the information, because the information won't do anything by itself if you don't take action. Thank you so much for joining us during this edition of eMigr8 Open Day. We hope that it was useful for you, and we hope that you would share the information. Thank you.